30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
Hi,
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Good morning again. This is Jonathan Small, host and producer of Face to Face. And Face to Face is one of two different talk shows that I have the pleasure of hosting and producing every single week at AccessTV.org studios. Face to Face is a show that's designed to ask the guests the hard questions and give you, the viewers, the answers and information that you deserve to know. This morning on Face to Face, I have a well-known international, I would say, expert in two particular countries and has a broad knowledge of many human, social, and political rights for different people in two particular countries, and even more than that. This person has been appointed by former President Barack Obama as a U.S. ambassador. The guest again this morning is former U.S. ambassador for the country of Haiti and Gambia, no other than Pamela White. Good morning, Pamela. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
That's our pleasure, Pamela. Pamela, before we get into our main topics of discussion, could you kind of let people know briefly a little bit about yourself and background?
Sure. I grew up in the state of Maine. I went to the University of Maine. When I was a senior in high school, a group of Peace Corps volunteers came and they said, join Peace Corps. It's much better than the Vietnam War, which was going on, raging at the time. And I said, sold. And that sort of started me on a long, long career overseas, first in Peace Corps, then in USAID. I was head of USAID in Mali, Tanzania, and Liberia with Linda Thomas Greenfield, who was my ambassador. And President Sirleaf was my president. So we three women had a fabulous time working together there. And then I was tapped after Liberia to be ambassador to the Gambia with a very colorful president. And then from there, I went to Haiti in 2012 as ambassador under the wonderful Barack Obama.
Well, Pamela, obviously there's a lot of major conflicts currently ongoing in the country of Haiti. There's a sense of dictatorship and rule by gangs. And the latest news I've heard is that, well, not new, but the Prime Minister, Henry, has stepped down, but there's still currently no form of government that's operating in the country of Haiti. With the gang violence that's escalating and the lack of food, water, health necessities, is Haiti on the verge of collapsing, or is still there enough things that can be done to prevent the country from collapsing, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's collapsed. It's not going to be a failed state. It is a failed state. The fact of the matter is that the government, there is no government. There really hasn't been any government, although they did have some ministers, but there's been no elected government for well over 2.5 years. So they were dealing with this Ariel. He was the prime minister, not elected, but appointed prime minister. But his term was well up as prime minister, I don't know, at least a year ago. And then he kept saying he was going to hold elections. So he did not do that. And then the international group had a meeting in Jamaica a couple of weeks ago and sort of told the United States and CARICOM nations sort of told Haiti, hey, Henri has agreed that he will step down, although a lot of people, myself included, and other former ambassadors also had been calling for his resignation for at least 2 years. And no one seemed to listen or want to do much about it. But in any case, because he was not legitimate in our opinion and the opinion of the vast majority of the Haitian people. So anyway, he agreed to step down if this 7-member transition council was established in Haiti, which I personally think is probably not the best idea ever, because normally when you have one of these transition councils, the same names that have run Haiti forever and ever and ever pop up again. And the people of Haiti have lost their lives demonstrating that they want a change and they want to decide themselves who's going to be their leader. And if somebody is dictating from afar, the CARICOM nations and the United States of America, who should be on this transition council, then in my opinion, that is not something that the Haitian people have decided. And so they were supposed to do it within 48 hours. It still has not been, the membership has not been fulfilled. Someone just this morning who was appointed to the council said she just can't do it because her family has gotten so many threats that if she did sit on the council, that she would be hurt in one way or the other. So she's out. And I think that's going to be a big problem of anyone who's elected or selected to this 7-person council. I also think that I read something a couple of days ago that one of the people who felt that he's going to serve on this council said, well, we haven't checked the people we've nominated with CARICOM nor the United States. And that kind of bugged me. Like, why would you have to check with them about who's going to run your country? So that,
Well, Pamela, hasn't Haiti have a history of government corruption towards their prime ministers? I don't want to say that's the standard in Haiti, but if you look at the past 50 years, you can look at the list of corruptions, of stealing money from people, briberies. I mean, the list goes a very long length in time. And then, 2 or 3 years ago, the prime minister in Haiti was assassinated, and there was some evidence that his widow was involved. Could you kind of clarify, in your opinion, exactly why the last prime minister was assassinated, and has there been...
Actually, he was the president. Was president when he was assassinated. Not prime minister, but the president.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bizarre story. It's right out of, true crime, 48 hours, whatever. In the middle of the night, somewhere between 10 and 18 men with, AK-47s goes into President Moise's bedroom where his wife was sleeping with him or near him. She was shot, but not, she's still alive. He was pumped full of bullets, killed. There were people screaming, "This is the DEA, this is the DEA." The DEA says that they had nothing to do with this. There were other people that had heavy Columbia accents, and some of them have been arrested and are sitting in jail. Some in the States, they may be in Haiti, but I don't think so anymore, because not even 2 weeks ago, 7 to 8 days ago, the gangs let out 4,000 prisoners from the National Penitentiary. So I don't even know where they are. But the fact of the matter is, there's been lots of rumors that the prime minister that just said he would resign, whether he's actually resigned yet, we're not exactly sure. But in any case, said he would resign. He's been accused of being involved. That I know of, there's no actual evidence of that. The wife has been accused. The former President Martelly has sort of got his hands in there somehow, so they claim. I have no idea. But what surprises me about the whole thing is this happened in June of 2021, and we still don't really have a clue who killed the president of a country. And that strikes me as bizarre. I mean, all kinds of people right after he was assassinated, the FBI, the DEA, the CIA, said, "Oh, we'll help investigate the murder." And I think that they had people on the ground and they asked questions and what have you. But to this day, oddly enough, we still don't know who killed Moise, the former president. And since he was killed in 2021, in June 2021, there really hasn't been any elected person running, not really, there has not been an elected person running the country. Henri Ariel was sworn in as prime minister after the death of Moise. So it's all been loosey-goosey. We really don't have any good answers. Every once in a while, somebody comes up and says, "Oh, I know who did it. I know who did it." And they, no, you don't. There's no evidence. There's nothing on the table. But somebody knows who killed Moise, and I'm very curious to know who the hell it is. Sorry, can I say that on
Yes,
your
you
show?
can.
Anyway, sorry. But yeah, we don't know, and we should.
Pamela, what's the difference in Haiti when you say a president and a prime minister? Do they have a dual political power ship in their country?
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they run together. They're elected together. Many times the prime minister is replaced by the president. It's not like we have in the United States that, once you have a vice president and a president, that's it. Mm-hmm. Unless some, really extenuating circumstances occur. But in fact, under the president that was in Haiti when I was there, McCauley, one prime minister was replaced by another prime minister for, they fell out for whatever reasons. There's always complicated reasons, but interpersonal reasons or financial reasons or whatever. But in the absence of an elected president, like what happened when Moise was assassinated, then you have to have a prime minister that takes over, because you have to have an election to have a president. Mm-hmm. And believe me, part of the narrative that the meeting in Jamaica had with the CARICOM nations and the United States was, well, we're going to set this transition council up so that they can, get the government organized, and that will lead to elections. This drives me bananas. There is no elections that are going to happen in the country of Haiti anytime soon. You cannot have elections if you don't have some semblance of security. And no one's going to go to the polls. And not only do they have no semblance of security in Haiti, but all the institutions that function during a election they have no money, they have no buildings, they have no people. I mean, it's going to take years, in my opinion, before Haiti is going to be able to organize elections. And the United States of America, which I've said over and over and over again, I've written about it too, we seem to think that elections are the answer to a functioning democracy. But in fact, they're not. And in fact, oftentimes when we, as a supernation, force elections on a country, we don't have great outcomes, because who gets elected, like in the example of Moise, for example, the one who was assassinated in 2021, he ran for president with 2 or 3 other people. The vote was totally split. They had another runoff election. Nobody even showed up practically for the polls. I think somebody told me 30% of the people showed up, maybe. And of those 30%, maybe half, so now we've got 15, 16, 17% of the population voted for Moise. So you've got a president that's in power that has 17% of the people believing he should be in power or voted for him. So is that really an election that tells you what the Haitian people are thinking or want to move forward? I don't think so. So what I think should happen is that the Haitian people get together, and they've tried. They've had 2 or 3. They had a December 31st meeting where they came up with a group of people that they thought would be good. They had the Montana group that came up with a long list of names that they thought would be good. But it's kind of controversial because a lot of the same old names are on there. I don't remember who they were, but anyway, I think that the Haitian people still have enough brains and courage and ability to come up with who they want to be a transition government probably for the next 3 years. What they need, however, which they do not have, is someone to get them stable. And unless we deal with that problem, we deal with the gang problem, we deal with the Haitian National Police, who I worked with very closely when I was ambassador, and they were great. But back then they were 12, 13,000 strong. Now they're 5,000 thousand strong and going down, and they have no equipment, very little equipment. They're running out of ammunition and guns and cars and every other thing. And if we don't step in to help, it's a failed state's going to get more failed state, more murders, more gang rapes, more kidnappings. I mean, the kidnappings when I was ambassador, there were, I don't know, one or two every 3 or 4 months. I mean, it was very rare. And now, they're 4 or 5 a week, or if not a day. I mean, they happen constantly. That's one of the reasons how they get money, the gangs. They kidnap and they get a ransom, and they buy guns with them. And by the way, the United States is flooding the country, and we claim there's nothing we can really do about it to Haiti, has for years and years and years. So American guns are in every gang member's hand in Haiti. So one other thing that's going on. But the fact of the matter is that nothing can happen in Haiti unless they have security. And 2 years ago, I said, all right, either get, a huge amount of support for the Haitian National Police and, send in, back when I was ambassador, we had wonderful, wonderful support from the New York Police Department and the Miami Police Department, who would send us hundreds, maybe 100 each, I don't remember, but a lot of advisors of Haitian descent that would come down to Haiti, spoke Creole, knew the country, ate the food, knew how to get around, and train in the barracks one-on-one together. And they were marvelous, really marvelous. And the Haitian police loved them, and we loved the whole operation. And that might have been something they could do. Then I said, if you're not going to involve a lot of money in this, then we're going to have to do something like bring back the UN. I mean, no one likes it as a solution, or we have to bring in the U.S. military, because we have to do something to secure Haiti, which is a mess.
Well, Pamela, excuse me, can I interrupt? And we want to get a lot of questions. At least I want to get a lot of questions in. So can we just kind of abbreviate some of the answers? And I do appreciate your input of what you're providing. But the latest report was indicating that the country of Kenya was willing to send in troops and deploy troops to Haiti, but they want to have a stabilized government already in place before they do that. And what the scenario that's currently taking place in Haiti for the people is, they run the risk, if they try to escape and go to other parts, let's say the Dominican Republic, they run the risk of having their lives assaulted or killed. If they stay currently where they're at, they run the risk of not having any food, water, or medicine. So if the government of Kenya is looking to provide instant relief with deploying troops, and they're saying that Haiti has to be a form of government in order, what can be done instantly to put a form of government in order in Haiti, where at least country like Kenya can deploy troops to provide the security?
First of all, my opinion, Kenya will never see soil, Haitian soil. I don't think so. What they're talking about, try to keep it short. Okay. What they're talking about is a $237 million, and that's just the beginning, not the end. The beginning, $237 million to send 1,000 Kenyan troops to Haiti. 1,000 troops in Haiti is not going to make a difference at this point. I really don't think so, especially not Kenyans. Kenyans don't know Haiti. They don't know the language that is spoken in Haiti. They really don't even know the culture of Haiti. West Africans a little bit more, but East Africans, I think, are going to have a very rough time. And I truthfully don't think that if the Haitian police are as depleted as they are saying publicly over and over and over, there's nothing that 1,000 troops are going to be able to do when they land in Haiti. So I don't see that as a solution. I never have. I know that the Biden government keeps repeating that that's what they want to see happen. I personally do not see that as a solution.
You see the U.S. troops or President Biden sending any U.S. troops as a better solution to the problem?
I didn't at first, but I'm now coming to a point that I don't see any other way out of it. I mean, we might have had another solution 2 years ago. Maybe something more creative, working with the Haitian National Police. But now we're at a point where if we don't send boots on the ground, I think we're going to be witness to mass massive amounts of deaths.
But how can, to some degree, the government want to cooperate with gang members just because they're giving the justification that they would like the current prime minister to step down? Isn't it more to this than just that alone, why gang members are running the country of Haiti and taking over, and they're willing to steal any particular aid that goes into the country? So do you see more to that side when you hear that argument from the gang leader in Haiti saying the main reason or the main problem that they have is the current prime minister that's in office?
Well, of course, Henri said he would step down, or he has stepped down. There's varying reports. And they said, well, if he stepped down, that they would have a ceasefire, and they would start playing nice in the in the game, not a game, but in the negotiations. And, they did not. I think there were, for 2 days after Henri said he'd stepped down, there was much more calm in the country. And now the violence has picked up again. So I have said publicly, and I've gotten a lot of criticism for it. I'm used to criticism, so a very thick skin, that I said, you got to talk to the bad guys, because the bad guys, control 80% of Port-au-Prince and most of the south of Port-au-Prince. The north, not so much, but it's creeping up there too. But people say, we don't negotiate with bad guys. Well, of course we negotiate with bad guys. We negotiate with bad guys my entire life. We negotiated with the Duvaliers, unfortunately, but we did. I mean, Papa Doc was a monster, and we negotiated with him for 16 years. So, I think we need to know what they want. But I've noticed something. I'm sorry, I have long answers, so much experience. But, I always say, when a country, I saw this in Liberia during the Civil War, when good services or good people or good support is not there in a country, evil takes over. And that's what's happened in Haiti. The government was providing no services. People were having no water, no medical, and they still don't, a lot of them, vast majority. But, the gangs took over, and they gave a gun to anyone that wanted a gun. And they said, now you're part of, the gang group. And, we can make a difference in this country. And I don't think people wanted to be a part of a gang. I think they've got lots of teenagers that hate being a part of the gang, but they're threatened. You either become part of the gang or your mother's dead. What do you choose?
Well, Pamela, when you mentioned Papa Doc and Baby Doc, did those two prime ministers, I guess they were the prime ministers, not the president of Haiti, and the presidents, okay. Did they kind of plant the seed towards corruptions and civil unrest in the country, or did that go back further than Papa Doc and Baby Doc?
Oh, good question. They certainly planted the seed of terror, ruling by terror, and corruption, and they. But it's interesting, and there's no absolute zero doubt whatsoever that Papa Doc was a terrorist to his own people, no doubt about it. But the fact of the matter was, when I first got to Haiti in the mid 1980s, 85, that the country was, and Baby Doc was president at the time. He was president for about 6 months after I got there. But in any case, the country was a tourist destination. Club Med was there. There were 4 or 5 cruise ships that came to Haiti every week. There were, maybe outside of Port-au-Prince, 10 Class A hotels. I mean, the economy was doing very well. A huge industrial center where we made all the baseballs for the National Baseball League in the States. All of them came out of Haiti. And then the people were, when Baby Doc finally left, the people just were in the streets and furious that they had, that the poorest of the poor had not been taken care of at all, and that they had been terrorized for a very long time. So it was a very interesting dynamic. But certainly, I think that you could say that they ran the country into the ground in many ways, and they haven't really recovered since either.
Well, Pamela, when you compare the two countries of the Dominican and Dominican Republic and Haiti, who basically borders each other, Is the infrastructure and the development so much different in the Dominican Republic comparable to Haiti? And what's designed to make the infrastructure so much worse from what it appears in Haiti compared to the Dominican Republic, if that's the case?
Yeah, there's a million people that will say different answers to this question, but
Mm,
mine revolves around, interesting enough, Papa Doc and Trio, who is the dictator on the other side. And several things that sort of pop out to when you see the two reigns of these two very nasty dictators, if you will, on both sides. There were no elections for either one of them. But Trio, he believed, and first of all, growing the economy, huge on growing the economy, private businesses, education. He made a huge push for education, not only in men's education, but also women's education. And last, he was an environmentalist of all things, and pretty made sure that the decree went out that if you cut down a tree, you're going to be sorry. And none of those things happened during the reign of Baby Doc and Papa Doc, especially Papa Doc. And so when you saw the country moving forward on education, on economy, the amount of money they put into pulling up the private sector and broadening the private sector and targeting tourism, even from way back then. I think and the environmentalists. If you fly over today, Haiti and the DR, you will see. I mean, it's shocking. Haiti looks bare,
mm,
and the DR is just blooming.
really?
Flowers, trees, everything, and that stems from those times for sure.
Hmm. Well,
No doubt
Pamela,
about that.
well, Pamela, also when you look at the comparisons of the Haitians that exodus Haiti and they go heavily in South Florida, but they go through other parts of the country too, New York. But is there any race factor when you look at, let's say, a state like Florida, how the Cubans are treated, particularly over the last exodus, let's say in 1980, comparable to how the Haitians are treated when they exodus Haiti and go to Florida? Do you see a double standard, any race issues, any class issues that contribute towards why the two countries are looked at differently, in your opinion?
Yeah, uh, yeah, yeah. It's hard. It's hard
Mm,
to say. Is this a race issue? But whatever it is, it's
mm,
horrible. The way Haitians are treated when they arrive in Miami, it's crazy that they're put back on planes and boats and sent back to Haiti when their country is a total collapsed state. Who does that? That's not who we are as the United States of America. For the Cubans, there was this rule that if they touched their toe, touched the United States land or territory, whatever, then they could come into the country. I don't know who made that up. It was a very special rule for Cubans for a long time. And I had no problem with that either, but I do have a problem with the way that Haitians are being treated right now when they come to the United States. It's embarrassing to me to think that these people who have nowhere else to go are risking their lives to try to make it better. And by the way, Haitians are well known for being excellent employees, very industrious, very committed, always on time. I mean, they've got great reputations in Florida, in Boston, in New York, you name it. People love to employ Haitians. So the fact that they're turned away without even a question being asked is shameful.
mm. Now, what particular? I mean, I know you was appointed by President Barack Obama as the ambassador for Haiti. What was your relationships with President Barack Obama towards him deciding to select you as the ambassador for that country?
uh, I met President Barack Obama 3 times in my lifetime. One was, I think, even before I became ambassador, maybe, and the two when I was. So he and I were not close personal friends. Who I knew very well and respect and love to this day is Secretary Clinton.
Hmm.
So, she's really the one that put in a good word for me to become ambassador, because although I was a senior officer for the United States Agency for International Development, had been head of 3 countries, multi-million dollar aid efforts in Mali and Tanzania and Liberia. Especially Liberia was a huge amount of money we were putting in there to rebuild the country after the Civil War. So that's when I sort of, I first met Hillary Clinton in 1997 in South Africa when I was a junior nothing officer, and we clicked then. And then in 98, she came back with her president, her husband, the president. And then in Liberia again, and in between here and there. But in any case, she knew me as sort of being head of AID, which is very, very, very unusual. I don't think there's even one in the world. Yeah, there's maybe one in the world today that, in fact, it's in the Gambia, that a former AID person becomes ambassador. They sort of have different career silos, if you want.
Mm-hmm. Well, the last thing I think during 2010, Haiti was hit with the earthquake. So that was a natural disaster that took a lot of lives from the country of Haiti. But the image and the reputation that people have of Haiti as being the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And unlike other Caribbean islands, particularly, let's say, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Bermuda maybe, does Haiti have a good relationship with the U.S. towards the political and government side? Or is there some conflicts and frictions between the two countries?
Yeah, I was in the Oval Office with President McCauley when he went to visit President Obama, so that was kind of a fabulous day in the history of Haiti. But I don't think that there has been a particularly close. Secretary Clinton was the first Secretary of State that really paid a lot of attention to Haiti, and she watched what we were doing in Haiti and was fabulous, gave us, really unbelievable support. I could call her anytime that I wanted. And so that day was there when I was there, but it's certainly not been there, I don't think, since. I think Secretary Blinken has spent a lot of time thinking about Haiti and trying to come up with a solution for Haiti. But I don't think I don't think they've come up with a good one yet, and maybe they will. But one of the problems there is, since Blinken, almost since the time that Secretary Blinken has been serving, there really has not been what you could call a legitimate government in Haiti. Like I said, Moise was assassinated in 2021. So since that time, it's just been a turmoil, and it's gone steadily downhill until it's reached pretty much point zero at this point.
And currently, right now, can the Haitian people, if they have, let's say, a passport, can they enter the Dominican Republic? Is there any restrictions that the country of the Dominican Republic is opposing to the people in Haiti?
My understanding is that the border is completely closed, and it's going to stay closed. I don't know. I can't imagine how the DR is going to do a lot of their farming, which, thousands and thousands of Haitians go across the border to plant and sow and what have you. So I don't know how that's going to exactly work. But right now the border is closed. They are very strict about that border crossing. I know that they've allowed some Americans and some Canadians. I just read this morning that the Americans started evacuating all but essential personnel 2 or 3 weeks ago. The Canadians started some of it also, but today they're pretty much, I believe, kind of get everybody out. All Canadians that want to leave Haiti, they're going to get it out. And I read this morning that they're going to use overland to go across DR. So they must have some understanding with the government of DR.
And Pamela, the main airport in Haiti, is that airport still closed, or has it been reopened? It's still closed?
Closed.
Okay.
That's another thing. Because if nobody does anything else from the United States government, that they're not bringing humanitarian aid to Haiti is just so painful for me to watch. Haitians are dying. Haitians are starving. There are almost 2 million Haitians that are getting less than a meal a day. We have got to do something about this. This is outrageous, in my opinion.
Well, Pamela, the latest report I was hearing was that the reason why the U.S., and I don't know if this is a justifiable reason, but or it's just some type of speculation that they don't want to send food and aid because the gangs are just going to steal it, so it really wouldn't get to the people. Is there a strategy that you can get the aid to Haiti that it could reach the people without it being captured by the gangs that's running the country?
Yeah, well, if we send in humanitarian aid, we're going to have to send in the military to make sure that it gets in the hands that it needs to get into. I mean, the World Food Program is still in Haiti. God bless them, the best organization, in my opinion, in the world for food distribution. Anywhere you go, they see significant food distribution in the worst and most difficult countries in the world. You find the World Food Program. They won a Nobel Prize for it a couple of years ago, but they need security too. And so if we're going to send in food aid, we're going to have to send in the military to ensure safe corridors for delivery of food aid. And we've done it before, and we can do it again. I mean, we're doing it, thank God we're doing it in Gaza. We're even building jetties out of rubble, out of nothing, out of rubble, in order to deliver the food aid into Gaza, which is also pretty much overtaken by Hamas. I mean, it's very dangerous, very hard to get the food make sure you get it into hands that are needed. But if you get it to a point where it can be distributed, and then you have a distribution center and I assure you that well, I can't assure you, but I'm pretty darn sure that the Catholic Church will also be a great help. And Archbishop Wensky, who is the Archbishop in Florida, I've talked to him, and he says that he would, love to work with whomever could bring supplies into the country. So they have a fabulous distribution system and a fabulous communication system. There's a Catholic priest in almost every village throughout Haiti. So that's another, great resource that we could be using. But we got to get that. We cannot allow millions of Haitians to starve to death. They're 700 miles from us, for the goodness sake.
Pamela, what's the quickest way that the United States could authorize direct aid and deployment of soldiers to the country of Haiti? Does it have to go through Congress? President Biden, could he provide executive order? Will the Secretary of the State have any particular role? I mean, what's the whole strategy, how you would be able to speedily implement this particular strategy to provide food, water, healthcare, aid, and security to the country of Haiti?
Yeah, well, I think it would be very good. You're going to have to get the money, but what I would do is take the money away from the 237 million, away from the Kenyans, and put it towards establishing, humanitarian corridors and food aid and medicine and water into Haiti. And yes, the Congress is obviously must get involved in securing the money. When you're securing the money, you have to tell them what you're going to secure the money for. But from my interactions with the Hill, which are mostly with staffers, to tell you the truth, but staffers kind of run the place, to tell you the truth, that, Congress is looking to help, and they, are looking for other ways to help, the humanitarian and complete dysfunctionality of the government. So, yeah, I mean, first step, put together a package, which I think would clear fairly easily. And because it's the DOD side, and there's the UN side, and there's the USAID side. So there's sort of three different organizations that have to come together in order to deliver safe food aid to Haiti. But I don't think it's a tough call.
Tough call, exactly. And you would think after the last meeting that the Secretary of State had with CARICOM in Kingston, Jamaica, that would have been more of a highly recommended a proposal that should have been almost in place now. So that meeting that took place in Kingston, Jamaica, with the Secretary of the State, did some of these issues of deploying U.S. soldiers in food, water, medicine, was that part of the meeting?
I do not believe it was, and I think it should have been. I do not believe it was.
Exactly.
I think they came in and they said, you need a 7-person transitional council, and they said that the 7 people that are nominated to this transition council have to back Kenyan troops coming into Haiti. And I think that those 2 things are going to be very difficult to do with the approval of the Haitian people. I don't think it's possible.
Mm-hmm. And I think the last report I heard up until this point is that there's still tremendous violence taking place in Haiti. People are still starving, like you say, eating 1 meal per day, and the gangs are still intact. Although I thought I heard that the gang leader in Haiti was assassinated. Is that true or not?
No. Barbecue?
Barbecue, yes. He wasn't assassinated? Yeah. I don't know why I heard some report I thought he was assassinated.
Well, I've been up since 6 o'clock, and I think I would have known.
Okay, so that's probably something else I heard, maybe a little bit differently. Pamela, you brought an A grade of information and obviously expertise to this particular subject that's ongoing in Haiti, and it was my pleasure to have you on Face to Face this morning. As I asked all of the guests towards the end of the show, if there's any last things that you would like to let the people know relative towards the topic or yourself, feel free to do so.
Yeah, here's my plea. If you have, if you know the address of your congressperson or your senator, representative, whatever, write them a little note, write them a short email, say, get humanitarian aid into Haiti. Come on, guys. At least do this for Haiti. Mm-hmm. That's my plea.
All right. Well, hopefully your pleas can be listened and heard too, and hopefully we'll see some instant changes going forward towards the help for the country of Haiti. And again, Pamela, it was my pleasure. AccessTV.org Network's pleasure to have you on as a special guest of Face to Face, and I wish you the best of luck in the near future, and keep up the good work of what you're doing and advocating for.
Thank you so much. And you're great, by the way. I'm going to listen to you all the time now.
I appreciate that. I look forward to having your support.
It's true. You're great.
Take care. Okay.
Well prepared.
It was my pleasure, too, and I definitely appreciate that, Pamela. Take care.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ciao.
Bye-bye. Okay, good morning again. This is Jonathan Small. Just enjoyed this interview with former U.S. Ambassador to the country of Haiti and Gambia, Pamela White. I thought she brought a very excellent presentation of facts. Passion came across real strongly in this particular segment, and I definitely look forward to possibly having her back on in the very near future. As I say to people every single week, I always like to rotate the different types of formats and shows that I do from week to week. Next week, I do have a book confirmed guest for All About You, which is the biographical talk show. I'll give you a little heads up, a very popular local and a very popular national guest that is going to be on All About You next week. So until I see you again, for people out there, have a very blessed day and keep the faith. Thank you.